Hey Big Dreamers, this is Liz from Big Dream with Liz. If this is your first time here, this is where I give intuitive advice based on what I love, what I'm good at, and what I think you need most, also known as the Flavor Generator. So I will pick the person of the day. There are 8 category options, archetype, person options, 12 total archetypes or persons. But 4 of those are subcategories of these 8 options, which I will mention if I pull that card of the day, that person of the day. We have number 1, visionary. So I will grab the bag with the orange, yellow, and green paper options, which represent the person's passions, powers, purposes, and products. Products. That's a weird thing to say. What are my announcements while I get these out of the bag? I am now a part of Further Movement Collective, which is a modern contemporary dance company, professional dance company in Central Oregon. We just started, we had our audition on the 1st of October, and there are 6 of us starting out this company. We are raising awareness, asking for donations to help us get started in the community, getting more involved so we can have more performances. And we offer dance classes to the community Saturdays and Tuesdays, although the Tuesday ones are for people who have dance experience. The Saturday classes are for those who have never danced or consider themselves a beginner, or if you're a dancer that wants to go back to the basics. And those are in 2 different locations, but I don't need to go through all of that right now. Leave a comment if you're interested and you're in the area. It's $10 a class, hour-long classes. Okay, I'm gonna grab one more and see what it is. Sure, why not? Okay, number 1, the visionary. The visionary has no subcategory at this time, but the visionary is passionate about seeing potential, which you cannot see on the paper very well. Seeing potential, they're good at or powerful at. Their powers are trying new things and visualizing. What are the odds? Their purpose is to seize opportunities when they show up. Have fun with your imagination and choose love over fear. And the product of the day is self-expression. And we will go back to this at the end, or I might incorporate it throughout. We'll see. So the visionary loves seeing potential. I feel like that is a strength of mine and a passion as well, that I can see others' potential within their gifts, their talents, their personality types, sometimes before they can see it themselves, which is also why I believe that I was meant to be a coach of sorts and a mentor of sorts and a dance teacher. Maybe I'm a teacher in general, but I have been practicing dance teacher over the years. So with my power of trying new things and visualizing, I can inspire, hopefully help and inspire you to see your own potential by trying new things and visualizing what it is you want to become good at and how you could go about that. And sometimes it's helpful to pick one thing that you're most passionate about, that you would like to focus on getting better at or working toward, so that way you're not overwhelming yourself with a bunch of different things. And it's natural to think, oh, I'm not good at that yet, if you're just starting out. So trying new things might be difficult for you to become consistent doing any one thing. If you are like me and don't like to see yourself not be good at something, you tend to quit before you see results. And I just thought of like fitness routines, people that are trying to get in shape, either building muscle or losing weight, and they give up far too early because they don't see results fast enough. They're impatient with the process. So a key for anything that you're trying that is new is to give yourself some time, putting time into it in order to then choose, after maybe a month or longer of consistent practice, and see if you're still enjoying yourself, if you notice any progress. But little things at a time, that will help. Yeah, so as a visionary, have fun with your imagination. So what can you come up with that excites you and your imagination, the child within you? What is that? What does that look like? You can create something out of that. And it's important to seize the opportunities when they show up. So kind of like I'm 39 years old and now on a professional dance company. Because I heard about it, I happen to know the director, which helps, people that you know. Not that that's why I got on the company, but it was more comfortable to go into it knowing that I already knew the person that was starting the company. So I decided, even though I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition a year ago, and I hadn't been dancing regularly or teaching the last 2 years, and I've been trying to build up my own business, I could not pass up the opportunity of doing the audition at least. And I just gave myself that obstacle to overcome. And I got in. And then I had to make my decision. Do I really want to do this or do I not? And of course, yeah, let's do this. I am not going to be dancing in all of the routines that they have for the spring show at this time, but I am still a part of the company and I'm helping to raise awareness for that, as well as doing my own business. But they go hand in hand because they're performing arts related things. So I chose love over fear. I could have talked myself out of going to the audition because there's other people there who will see me. What if I'm not good enough? What if I make a fool out of myself? What if all of my years of dancing and teaching were a waste of time because I couldn't even make it on a dance company? But I love dancing. I love music. I love dancing. I love self-expression. I shared other people's dance talent on my Big Dream with Liz page, Instagram page all the time. And if they can do it, why can't I? Or if they can do it, I can do it. I chose love over fear. I love dancing. I'm passionate about it. I've been doing this my whole life. Not consistently, not at the level I could have been, sure. But I've still been dancing my entire life. So I decided to go with that instead of letting fear talk me out of yet again another opportunity that in the past there have been opportunities that I did talk myself out of because I didn't want to look bad, ultimately. And if you are afraid of looking bad, then you won't even put yourself out there in the first place and you'll never know. And it oftentimes is your own ill perception of yourself that is wrecking your whole future because you are convinced that you aren't any good at something when actually you are talented at it. You just can't seem to convince yourself of that a lot of the time. And there is a thing called humility, being good at something and being humble. Like, sure, there's other people that are better at this than I am, but I also am talented at it, or I have this unique thing about this craft that I do that other people don't do. And that's what sets me apart from everybody else. So you have to find that one thing that makes you different within that category, that art form or whatever it is that sets you apart, that makes you different. And that's okay. I know I can get stuck in a box sometimes thinking Okay, so my style that I like to teach is kind of what I call contemporary mix, because I've had a lot of jazz dance experience, but if I were to call it a jazz class, it wouldn't be fully jazz because I incorporate some modern dance, I incorporate some ballet, and it's definitely a mix. So contemporary is kind of like the umbrella term for it, but ultimately it's my own unique style that's hard to put in a certain category, I think. Product of the day, self-expression, what I was just talking about. What do you have that sets you apart from other people that you should be expressing? If you feel a little bit down in the dumps lately, it could be any number of things, but it also might be related to not fully expressing yourself, either to people you care about, or just to the general public. Like as an artist, maybe you're not creating things and you're afraid of what people will think if you did create it and share it. And I know I'm that way with my dancing. I'm trying to get back into it, trying to get back into choreography and teaching. I had a number of teaching experiences that kind of seemed to fizzle out rather than grow over the last few years, and I started to take that personally, that I had to learn how to become a better teacher and actually care about who was in my class enough to teach them what I know rather than just showing them what I can do. And there is a difference as a teacher, but at the same time, now I feel this block within me that has kind of overtaken like a dark cloud of negative self-talk about how, I'm just going to tell you the negative talk, but I don't believe it, if that makes any sense. I'm not attached to it. I'm trying not to be. I need to create because I love music and dance and movement, and I need to not judge it before I do it, and I need to not judge what other people would think of it if I put it out there, and I need to not compare with other people that I admire as dancers and artists and choreographers, that they're so much better than me and that I couldn't do what they're doing, because that's not true. And also, if I just express myself the way that is comfortable and feels good for me, it's a healthy outlet, and just starting with that should be good enough, regardless of how good it looks to everyone else around. So if that helps you, inspire you at all, just know that I'm feeling a lot of blocks and negative self-talk myself that I'm trying to overcome. The first step was doing this audition, and now I'm a part of this dance company. The second step is I will be teaching a class coming up on the 15th of November, and I have to prepare for that. I also am a substitute teacher right now for Iconic Dance Studio, and it has been really difficult for me to get back into teaching there as well, because they go to competitions, and I just think, oh no, I don't have as much experience with competitions, or, can I come up with stuff that's challenging to the dancers? But, I can stick to beginner level because I know how to teach beginner level, and I'm sure I can teach other levels too, but I talk myself out of it thinking I'm not good enough, and that's a load of crap. So just telling you the truth here, that I have some insecurities about teaching and choreographing myself, but I have to express myself. I have to express myself for the sake of self-expression and the healthy outlet that it is for a creator such as myself. My cat's got crazy cat eyes over there. Seeing potential. Can you see your own potential? Or do you see the potential on a canvas or a blank dance floor, perhaps? Or a musical score? Or a film? Do you see art where there is no art? Can you see the beauty in things that other people might not see? That is visualizing, visionaries. You can see something that isn't actually there. You might be considered crazy. I've been thinking I'm a little crazy lately. I think the last few years made everybody a little bit crazy. Trying new things. Don't be afraid to try new things, because you never know if there's something you're drawn to, and you just have to overcome the hump of getting started with it. Just try it out. Maybe the excitement and the passion you feel about that thing will carry you through and you'll build skills very quickly. Have fun with your imagination, seize opportunities when they show up, and choose love over fear. Because if you can see it in your mind, you can make it your reality or something like that. And if you have an opportunity and you get this gut-wrenching fear right next to it, well, that's for you to decide. Is the fear worth overcoming? Are you more excited than you are fearful about the opportunity? Because that's how I felt about the dance audition. I was more excited than fearful, only a little bit fearful. I had done auditions before, which helps, but you never know until you try. And if they reject you, it wasn't meant to be. And if it is meant to be and you feel good about it, then great, go for it, do it. If they reject you, it just means there is something better on the way for you in one way or another. And choose love over fear. Be loving to yourself and to others and to the universe. And I think good things will happen regardless. And express yourself. Because you are unique and people can learn from your perspectives as the visionary. And so stay thinking beautiful. Think beautiful thoughts. And if you're struggling with something, if you're having a hard time, you can express that as well through your own art form that you do best or would like to try. Okay, I think that's good for now. I am here to help bring out the inner magic you have always had, but forgot about. Follow me on Instagram, big.dream.with.liz, and subscribe to my channel here for weekly intuitive advice videos with varying topics. We have a few other topics that we could choose from each week. So check out my other videos if you're curious. Follow me on Instagram for stories, flavors of the day, and for more exciting, creative inspiration. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.